What's going on, everyone? Investor here. It's time for another weekly portfolio update. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that bell icon. I don't want you to miss any new content. So this past week, I was able to deposit about $450 into the account. So right now, my account is sitting at just over $14,000, as you can see, $14,065.64 to end this week. So this past week had a couple of rough days just from holding TSLY or Tesla, as I'm sure many of you are aware. Majority of the holdings that I've got in my portfolio this week did pretty good, but drugged down by Tesla. So hoping this is kind of just a momentary setback. It just depends. Tesla. We'll see if it continues downward or if it starts working its way up. But nonetheless, I'm gonna be buying up a couple more shares. We'll have to see how aggressive I'm gonna be with that, but we'll cover that more in a little bit. So I did get a couple of other shares bought up, things that kind of help more push towards the goal that I've got for myself, as well as just dollar cost averaging into others and getting prepared for next month's dividend. So I did get one dividend payment this week that caps off the month of January's dividend. So we'll cover that here in a minute. And this upcoming week, I am going to try to deposit around another $400. So stay tuned for the video on that. But please leave a comment below what you think with the upcoming money that I'm going to put into the account. What you think I should be buying with that. Really, like I said, trying to push towards my goals. But if there's something else that I should be investing in, or you guys got some ideas, something that I can hold for long term, let me know. So let's jump over to that spreadsheet, guys, and I'll show you what I've got. All right, guys, taking a look at the spreadsheet. See, picked up quite a few things this week. SCHD, JEPI, and O. Going to kind of be constants here for a little bit until I can get to that 50 shares that I'm looking for to hit that 2023 goal. So you can see I picked up a full share of each plus a little bit here and there. I put $10, $20 in a few days here just to dollar cost average. But you can see SCHD, JEPI, Verizon for the 365. These are all in the green, so they're doing relatively well. Even though I haven't invested anything into Verizon right now, just kind of letting the 14 shares do its thing. So with O, it's kind of up and down lately, but still, it's a good buying opportunity, something that I'm not too worried about. Coke just came down a little bit, so I bought a little bit there, a third of a share, just to try to bring the cost basis down a bit. Rhythm Capital, this was from the drip that I received on my dividend, and I'll cover that in a minute, but you can see it's up for the year in the 365. Picked up 11 shares of Tesla, and like I mentioned earlier, it's been rough go. Tesla the last week or two has really decided to go on sale, if you want to say it that way. But the last couple weeks that I've been buying, you see I've been buying about 10, 11 shares, give or take. Been taking about $100 each time, and just whatever I can get with $100. So because the stock price is now at $9 or whatnot, I was able to pick up the 11 shares. So we'll see how aggressive I'm going to be with Tesla here in the next little bit, especially with this upcoming week. Like I said, I'm planning on putting in another $400 or so. We'll have to kind of play this one by ear. As much as I want to keep going in Tesla, if it continues to keep going down kind of thing. But I think the biggest factor is going to be is what's the month of February's dividend going to look like? Because if the stock price is also going down and the dividend's going down, which I'm assuming is going to happen, then it's going to be tough to want to be pouring so much money into that when I can look at putting the money elsewhere. Because essentially the Tesla was just the experiment, just trying to make some money, put some extra money into the account, be able to use down the road for other holdings. So we'll see if this is still going to pan out or not. I'll have to play that one by ear. So Altria Group, just adding to the shares that I'm looking for the year. So as well as I just put one share each of QQQY and JEPY into the Defiant. So build that up just a little bit for the income generation. So haven't picked up anything else for the week, but you can see again over in the 365 here, and I'll blow this up for you guys. Take a look here that, quite a few greens. So there's some things that are looking pretty good. Still a few reds naturally, but not everything can be green. But at one point in time, this was all red. So having a good mix now, about 50-50, that's good to see. So moving on, you'll see with Tesla now, it is down $200, and that does take into account the $90 I've received in dividends from it thus far. I've only held it for a couple of months, so we'll have to see how that plays out. You can see O has dipped down again, down $22 total on the position with the dividend. So kind of a rough go for O again. So hopefully it'll bounce back like it did before. It actually ended up being one of my best investments for last year and when I made the most money on, about third most, I would say. So $406 now on the account, up, which still in the green, so I'm still good and happy there. So we're just gonna keep working. Like I said, Coke went down a little bit, so I'm trying to bring that dollar cost average down here. I've got, or not dollar cost to cost basis, but I've been dollar cost averaging into it. So $60.57 is kind of where I'm sitting. I see Tesla down to 11.5, but where the stock price is at 870, this still doesn't look very good. So calendar wise, I got my $2.50 from Rhythm Capital today. So that completes everything that I was going to receive for the month. So fell short of the $100 month to start the year at 88.95. Not bad. I'll take it. Obviously, it's there was a time when I was really shocked and amazed that I could even get to 50, and so seeing that's great. But if you look at kind of what the tracking spread or the tracking app that I use, it's projecting me to make some pretty good months here. Even though most of these months are going to change out in the future as I add more shares, but to go from what was it, $350 I made last year in dividends to an estimated 1,700 this year, that's fantastic to see. I'm getting excited by those numbers, and one reason I love being the dividend investor that I am is this progression. Because then if you think, okay, that's this year, then what about the following year? What about the year after? If you just stay on course, stay vigilant with the way that your personal goals are and your personal portfolio. Aside from the market going to zero across the board on everything, there's nothing that can really stop you from achieving those goals. Just stay focused. Don't get greedy. Continue down the path. Your goals will be met. So moving across, see 88.95. So obviously the first month. So now we're going to start moving into February. We should hopefully see a taller spike here, moving the chart up. These are all up to date. You can see over here I did add a little bit of Coke over to the Roth today just for dollar cost averaging. So we'll just let that kind of stew, hopefully grow on itself. So looking at the goals, getting close here. Jeppy, this should be done by next week. Just over a share here. I'll probably knock that out with that $400 that I'm going to receive. But again, please let me know what you think. If there's some other holding, something that you think I should be invested in. I've been looking at Vici. I've been looking at Maine. There's a couple things like that. A couple of bigger players, Lowe's. I've been looking and following. I don't know if the timing's just right yet. But at the same rate, I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. So just waiting to pull the trigger. So goals are getting closer. Again, Tesla, we'll see. We'll see. I might slow down on that one just a little bit at the rate that I'm at. This should be the 147 shares left to get to that goal. Should be relatively easy, especially if the stock price is down. I can buy more, but I mean, overall, the goal is to make the income. And by putting that $100 is, give or take the $100 I spent on shares. I'm looking just to get that 50% of that back with the dividend. So we'll see if that happens or not. Account value. Here, I'm going to get this updated so next week's video, once the month truly ends, I can see where I'm at for the month, get this updated. Definitely going to be a lot closer to my 2,500 goals. We're in the 14,000 now. So moving across, you see first quarter here, still at 88.95 just because we're still in the first quarter. If you look and see what I had last year, comparatively already to where we are this year, I could only imagine what 2025 will be. And that gets me excited to see, I'm going to keep pushing, guys. So keep rooting for me. Keep supporting me. If you guys haven't subscribed, please hit that button, follow along. Watch this account grow as I get there. We'll help each other achieve our goals. So 355 last year, 88.95 to start the year. Not bad, right? I'll take it. Especially since that's, roughly a third of, what I'm looking to get. Well, we'll say a quarter of what I'm looking to have already received for the last year. So, quarter of the way, and I'm still in the first month. Can't complain about that. 2024, the anticipated income estimated. Obviously, Tesla's still going up and up just as I buy more. Still got some of the heavy stuff here on the left from the 2023 goals, but I'm focusing over here. It's not so much just trying to even out the chart. I want to invest in good quality companies, ones that I can have in my portfolio for years to come. So finishing off with the 88 here, as opposed to just over 100 for December. You can see the trend lines coming down. But once I hit next month, it should be back up here. So that the trend line's going to go right back up. So
And then, of course, I'll get this updated in next week's video so you guys can see the progression for the account, the value of the account. So, anyway, guys, that's kind of what I had for this week. Like I said, a couple things on my mind. Please let me know what you think for, any new investments, anything you think I should do. I've got, I'm hoping $400 in this next week, and I believe the following week might be another 400. So, you know, been back working the overtime trying to get the money for the account. So, got a lot of good things on my mind, some things that I'm looking at, or I may just continue with what seems to be working for me right now at least. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please hit that subscribe button, guys. I will catch you guys next week. Happy investing.